my name. We are here to present a case about ASIC versus Lindbergh about in year 2012. I'm Rupesh Roka and my friend Rehman is here with me to give you about the case. And let's start with the background. Um, so the case we are going to talk about is ASIC versus Lindbergh. It was a famous case in 2012 where a managing director of AWB, Mr. Andrew Lindbergh, was accused of breaching the Corporation Act 2011. He was the managing director of the company who was the supplier of wheat to Iraq. Iraq was under UN sanction at that time. So AWB breached the Corporation Act through alleged involvement in AWB's wheat trade with Iraq. What happened was, when they were dealing with the Iraqi government at the time of the sanction from the UN, they were not supposed to have involvement in any kind of deal that would make the Iraqi government to have any kind of currency or get currency under the UN sanctions policy. But what happened was, when they paid a trucking fee to the intermediary company, it enabled the government to get the hard currency, which was not allowed at that time. Also, they entered a third-party agreement with another company to recover a debt of $8 million, which was used in the shipment of the wheat to the Iraq, which was also against the UN sanction policy. And also, Mr. Lindbergh, he failed to inform the board about the evidence and inquiries that the UN was investigating to their company. So that was the breach of the Corporation Act. And so Mr. Lindbergh has found to have contravened the Corporation Act of 2001. So what Corporation Act states is that a director or any officer of a corporation must exercise their power and use their power according to which will benefit the corporation, not against the company's policy or rule or effect, it could effect for the company. So the director or any officer must act as a reasonable person would act in any circumstances. So he was holding a office in that time, so he should have acted reasonably according to the law of corporation without hampering the company's image or making the company unprofitable or etc. So the other part of the critical analysis will be presented by my friend Rehman.
Hi, this is FM Mizanur Rahman. I'm really pleased to present my presentation. So this is really high profile case study, ASIC versus Lindbergh. So my topic now to present critical analysis. So in critical analysis, we've been analyzed like three significant part of our analysis. So that why we find the significance of the agreement between the parties. The court will not discard an applicable figure for the precautionary penalty or disqualification simply because of it would have been prepared to select some other figure. Negligence-based mistake. So Mr. Robson acknowledged that under 180 does not seek to punish the mere making of the mistake or errors of judgment. And finally, reliance on expert and staff. So the definite realities make it strong that on a quantity of the example, Mr. Lindbergh clearly or indirectly trusted on his staff and external authorities. This is really make the significant distraction. The next slide. Now we're going to conclude our case studies. So in the conclusion that the former AWB chief admitted to being negligent in performing his director's duties. The court confirmed that he will be fined $100,000 and disqualified from the managing as per corporation 2 years for breaching the Corporation Act. The breaches of did not involve deliberate wrongful acts, dishonesty, but Mr. Lindbergh had to fail to perform his duties as a reasonable director. And finally, that we summarize the whole thing that the case level, that chief executive should be on high alert to consider any possible offense. It would be like whether writing or unwriting, exceptionally in such the case of high profile and high business risk process which have the perspective to cause the company serious distraction. That's all for today.